I'm going to do just a really quick video on how to use the time button on your calculator. It always amazes me how few people actually know how this works because it is so useful. So the time button is the one underneath where it says fact in yellow, so kind of above the number 8. And it's the one that has what looks like a circle and then some commas after it. Well, apostrophes, I suppose. It's not that intuitive how to use it, I'll be honest. It's really useful for questions like these, where you're asked to use time, generally to do with speed, distance, time. So if we look at this first one, number 4, so a plane flew 8,740 kilometres, blah, blah, blah. Flight time was 13 hours, 15 minutes. Work out the average speed. Now, hopefully you're all fine to think that speed equals distance divided by time. So we say speed equals the distance divided by the time. Now, how do we write 13 hours, 15 minutes? Now, the classic error, and really this is what they're assessing, is to write that as 13.15. Now, that isn't right, because time is not a decimal unit. It's in 60, not 100. So that isn't going to give us the right answer. Now, lots of you will probably know that 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour. So actually what we need this to be is 13.25, and then that'll give you the right answer. However, not everyone knows that, for one. And also, what if it was 13 hours and 18 minutes? If it's not so nice, it suddenly becomes a lot harder. So the question really is, how do I turn an amount in time into a decimal amount of time? And this is where this magical button comes in. So what you do is allows you to write in, so you're going to put it in as hours, minutes, seconds. So if I want to enter 13 hours, 15 minutes, I'm going to write in 13, press the time button, then 15, press it again, and then there are no seconds. So I'm going to put 0 and press it again. You don't actually have to, you can just stop there and it'll assume you mean 0. Now if I press equals, now the same as when surds, it'll tell you that root 5 is root 5, great. But what we can then do is press SD. Now because my calculator is currently set to give everything as fractions, it gives us that. But if I press SD again, then it will tell us that 13 hours, 15 minutes is in fact 13.25 hours. So if I wanted to do 13 hours, 18 minutes, so 13, press 18, press. I won't put the 0 in to show you that it, so look, it says, oh yes, you meant 0. And press SD, ST, so we can see that that is the same as 13.3 hours. Now, we can also use this the other way, which is if I want to find a value in hours and minutes and I've got it as decimal, we can use the button. So looking at this next question, Victoria walks 11 kilometres at a speed of 4. Work out the time. So time is distance, which is 11, divided by speed, which is 4. Now 11 divided by 4 is 2.75. Now obviously, now it says give your answer in hours and minutes. And obviously some of you might be happy to say that that's 2 hours and 3/4. So 2 hours, 45 minutes. But as long as your answer is down in the answer bit of the screen, so the bottom right of the calculator screen, I've got 2.75. If you just press the time button, it tells you. It's so clever. So 2 hours, 45 minutes. Now in a GCSE exam, you won't get any marks for method on doing this. You will just get a mark for getting the right answer. So don't faff around dividing things by 60 and trying to work out what it is. Just put it in your calculator, is all it's there for. Similarly at A-level, particularly on big calculus questions, when they ask you to solve a differential equation and give your answer in, you know, to the nearest second, often you'll have to end up by working out the time. And again, you don't get any method marks for this, just put it in your calculator. It's what it's there for. Okay, I hope that was useful. Thank you very much.